Trust but verify. It's a good saying. The Chris Watts case is one that doesn't seem like they trusted the evidence. And for those that did trust the evidence, they didn't verify the evidence, if that makes sense. There's a lot of things when it comes to Nichol Kessinger, Jim, Chris Watts, even still to this day, because they arrested him on a confession. But he is where he belongs. But the real big phrase is trust but verify. They trusted their evidence. But did they verify it? I don't think so. Because I'm finding out more and more every single day that is connecting dots here and there, that now Nichol Kessinger not only had a key, which she did have a key for the house, but she also had access to the PIN code, which is shockingly ironic because we've been seeing mysterious women, or not women, or woman around the house before and after said murders of the Chris Watts case. So there is obviously a lot more to this case. We're trying to connect the dots. Some of it may help here and there, but we're trying to make all these come together where we see Chris is in the middle, Nichole's in the middle, but not all these dots are connecting into her, and we're trying to do that. So with that being said, we're going to take a look at the video that a lot of you guys have been sending me to watch and react to, which is Chris Watts' mysterious woman caught on camera approaching multiple times at the Watts house in a black SUV. Now, is this possibly Chris Watts' attorneys or whatever have you? But why would they be going to the house before the murders? Does that make sense? So where is this black SUV coming in? We're going to find out. So with that being said, grab a chair, get comfortable. Make sure you guys, before we go any further, are subscribed to the YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I posted that video, and then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much for the love and support. We are almost to 60,000 subscribers, and it's because of you guys. You guys sitting at home, enjoying the content, wanting to get on this case, putting your 2 cents in. I thank you guys so very much. Again, with that being said, though, we want to give credit where it is due. Geneva is the YouTube channel that we're watching again today. Make sure you guys go over to her channel, give her some love, subscribe, comment, like, and share. And with that being said, let's get into this video on the mysterious woman and the black SUV. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to be running down through in detail from when officers got a call on September 21st, 2018, that there were some strange things happening at the Watts house, and how there was actual video footage of a woman walking up to the house and then never seen leaving the house, and then also a suspicious black SUV seen driving very slowly down the road in that same time frame, and how I may have linked.
What's creepy is you see this black SUV on Nate's camera a few times here and there, and then you also see it when the police enter the home and they're looking through the house and so forth. A lot of people have caught outside the windows a black SUV kind of in the area of directional view for some reason.
Who owns that black SUV, and the possibility of who was that woman that went into the house?
Probably
so let's get started. Now, I first want to go through the police reports that were from that day, September 21st. Now, this says, I responded back to the address and spoke with Nate. He was able to show me the video from his Xfinity home security system on his phone. He showed me that a female walked up to the house at about 9 o'clock in the morning and was seen walking up to the front door. There is no video of the female leaving the area, and shortly after, there is a black SUV that is seen passing the house slowly. Nate was able to show me 3 different videos showing the black SUV going slow by the house shortly after the female was seen walking to the front door. I did not see anyone leave the vehicle and approach the house, and did not see anyone come from the house and get into the vehicle. And then Nate had explained that he spoke with the neighbors and that they had not seen the lights on in the garage for the last few days. And Frankie also told him that the lights should not have been on either. And he also states they provided me with a door code for the front door. So anyone with that code can walk right in. That dispatch had gotten a call regarding...
But even Chris Watts said that the sensors don't activate in the basement. So he even said in that one interview is that the basement windows were not even latched where you could push them aside and enter the home. So for all we know, the person that went into the home didn't go through the actual door. They went into the basement, unplugged. I'm just hypothetically saying, I'm not saying for a factual indication, but it's plausible.
Regarding a text message from an unknown person that her deceased daughter's back door was open at the house of Shanann Watts.
Whoa. Okay. Dispatched advising the following. The RP got a text message from an unknown person that her deceased daughter's back door is open at her house. So the sliding glass door was open. Okay.
So this was the mother of Shanann, which is Sandy.
So it could have been open, but it could have been just tripped. Yes? Because there was nobody at the house in September. Everybody was gone. Dieter was gone. Nobody should have been in there.
Which I'm kind of curious to know who that unknown person was that texted her and said that the back door was open. You would think it would be one of her neighbors, right?
Yeah, an unknown person. Can't you like backlog that number? Or can't police officers, not police officers, but law enforcement, can't they backtrack messages and phone numbers to find out who it is?
So Officer Kate Lines had went out there. She walked the perimeter and all doors and windows were secure with no sign of forced entry to the home. And then they went back again that night to assist Sergeant Manley. They waited for the arrival of more officers to help out, and they say that they received information that the lights were on inside the home and had not been on prior to this evening, and a neighbor had video footage showing of an unknown female walking up to the front of the house.
So are we going to be able to see that footage? Because that's what I'd like to know. Why can't we see this unknown female walking up on 3 different videos?
But not leaving. The house was cleared and all the lights were turned off, doors, windows locked when we exited. Now they went around to the back of the house, and Sergeant Manley said that he noticed on the back door that the screen door was slid open. And he did notice that there was a security bar on the inside that kept the door closed. And the curtains were in place and did not seem disrupted. And then we have another officer that states that they were there to clear the house, and that neighbors saw a person drive up in a car, get out, and walk up to the house. And they also said that the lights were on inside the garage, but they found no one inside the home. Another officer said basically the same things, not giving...
Do you want to know how many places this person could have hid inside that house?
Really anything in detail, and just that they found no person inside. And then we have Officer Perez, who states that upon arrival, Sergeant Manley advised the neighbor next door who had the video footage, and there was a video of a vehicle pulling up to the address, 2825 Saratoga Trail, and then an unknown female stepped out of the vehicle. Sergeant Manley advised the cameras never show the female leaving the address, and inside garage light were turned on when...
Because possibly could she have gone out the back door? Or the back windows or whatever have you? I'm trying to hypothetically think here. But then also, this is just an idea. I'm not saying anything about this person leaving or whatever have you. But there is an attic. It was accessible, I do believe, through the laundry room. And that they said that usually Chris Watts would say because they were asking him questions about the attic. They're like, well, can you get in the attic? And he said, how did he say? If you step on the washer, you can push it up and jump up inside. He says there's little room, but there is enough room for a person to go up. But they never checked.
And they're normally off. I find it rather insane that these police reports are not telling us what type of vehicle this is. If they have it on video, what the frick does this person look like?
Why can't we see it?
What does the vehicle look like? It's really that simple. And then on top of that, they have a keypad to unlock the door. So let's just say Chris Watts gives another female his password or the passcode to the door. They can walk themselves right in. So then what they should have done was also fingerprint the front door. But
exactly.
No. For some reason, these officers don't want to do their job correctly. And that's why this whole investigation was botched to begin with. Now, Manley states that he spoke with Nate again after they had left and advised him that there was no one in the house and that he would be able to look at his cameras again and see if he could see when the female had left the area and if there was a vehicle associated. Obviously, there was a vehicle associated if they're seeing it on the video. It's complete insanity. How are we supposed to trust law enforcement? It's so unbelievable. And then he reported that the next day, September 22nd, he had not heard back from Nate. Now I'm going to show you the evidence that ties all of this together with the vehicles. And please remember, this is public information and this is all of my own.
So it's not like it's hidden. It's not like they're coming up with it, whatever have you.
Own opinion. Now what I'm showing you here is Nate's TV, and it's from Officer Coonrod's body camera from August 13th. And as you can see here on the date, it says Sunday, August 12th. I'm also going to show you how this ties in to NK, the mistress, and her lack of knowledge of what she did that day and the huge time gap.
She could never figure out what she was doing. I'm surprised she even could tell if she went to the bathroom. She was just like, I don't remember. And then she looks at her dad. Weren't we at that? I don't remember. I Googled. No, I don't remember that. I did Google some butt stuff, though. I remember that. We went to Lazy Dog, but I don't remember what we did there. And that's pretty much all I can give you guys. Oh, I'm off the handle? Okay. It's pretty much what it was pretty much like.
Where she completely fell off the grid. Now, as Nate goes into Sunday, August 12th, I want to point out this truck that you see on the left-hand upper corner. The vehicle looks white, but this camera and the view is just so distorted. You can't really tell a lot.
Looks like a truck.
Now I want to tie in the address that the mistress's father used to live at.
Oh.
And it's on Google Maps. It's on public record, or used to be on public record until they...
It's literally NK's truck. And there's a black SUV.
They took down all of their information off the internet, but it ties them to this address. And when you take a closer look at this address, you see her father's truck, and it is stated on his old profile that it was a 2005 Dodge.
Wait. The truck was the father's? Not her? What? Oh. I'm having epiphany. Not epiphany. I'm actually having a shock here. It was her father's truck? Is this true?
Truck. Now, I'm not saying that this is the actual vehicle, but it does strike a...
Okay, the one that's in that right there, that's either a GMC or a Chevy. This is a Dakota. The one that's right here is either a GMC or a Chevy. Not the same one. This one's a lot bigger of a truck. Right? Trying to look at it. It's not the same truck.
Actual vehicle, but it does strike a very strong resemblance. Now keep in mind, this is the Sunday before he did what he did to his family. This
I
is
mean,
the
it could be that there's multiple different cars the same way.
day that he took the girls to their last birthday party. And now I'll point out this black SUV. Remember in the police reports, they talked about the black SUV. Ironically, in the same driveway as her father's.
So whose Mini Cooper is that? Or is that somebody else, like a neighbor? So this is... I'm so lost now. I felt like this video was going to help me out, and I think it's made it even worse.
Address. There is a black SUV. Pretty ironic, would you say? Now, I mentioned the big time gap and her seeming to go off the grid.
So this SUV up here has chrome look. That one's a bigger SUV because the back end looks a lot bigger than this one, right? Because that one up there kind of looks more Expedition or Cadillac Escalade looking, or this one that we're looking at right now is a Trailblazer GMC. It's a Chevy Trailblazer. They're not the same.
Breakdown that I've done in the past regarding her actual phone bill. On August 12th, the day that that black SUV was seen and a truck that looks somewhat identical, she spoke to Chris in the morning and then her friend Jim, and then again Jim later on, and Chris at 9:30 with the infamous 111-minute phone call. But look at the huge time gap there. She has no location spots, no phone calls between 11:30 a.m. and 5:24 p.m. This is the shortest activity log that she has on her phone bill. The day before the murders, and she's completely missing in action. Oh, but wait, I almost forgot. She completely forgot what she did that day. In the interview with her father and Kevin Kovac, she completely forgot. For being so knowledgeable, it's amazing how forgetful she can be when she wants to be. So in the discovery, it says she recalled on Sunday, August 12th, same day black SUV was seen, that Chris went to a birthday party with his kids. She recalled his kids had a water balloon fight. She did not know whose home he went to. And Nichol said she went to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science on Sunday with her family. And she never saw Chris on Sunday. I think it'd be good to know if we've seen some type of video footage from the Denver Museum of Nature.
She's got a point. Check her alibi. If she was there that time at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and then so she went to the Lazy Dog on Saturday. She had the phone call for 111 minutes on Sunday night. Nichol recalled that there is a camera on the front door of Chris's home.
Nature and Science to see if she actually was there or if this is just another lie. Now, she also states that she recalled that there's a camera on the front of the door of Chris's home. She said he never used a key to access the home, and she could not recall the access pad on the front door, but said Chris never gave her an access code to access his home. So,
you're full of crap, Nichol. You cannot tell me you did not know that PIN code on the front of the door.
She's not sure if there was an access pad. She wasn't sure, but then she knows for a fact that he never gave her that dang access code. And she explains that she did not have an access code to the home security system.
Or like she didn't know that he was married. She didn't know that Shanann was pregnant.
I'm also going to show you a run through of the text messages that she had sent to her friend Charlotte, also on August 12th, the day before the murders, and she's ironically telling her friend about Chris and his little girls. So she feels confident enough that she's going to be staying with this man, so she's going to go ahead and tell her friend about him. And I'm displaying this because I want you to see the time frame that she talks to her. So she starts the conversation off in text messages at 10:56 in the morning and stops that line of communication at about 11:17.
You don't want to read that crap.
So that's the time frame that she made after Chris's phone call first thing in the morning and just before Jim's phone call that morning. They pick up the conversation.
Is this what people talk about on phones? It's ridiculous.
conversation again at 1:05 in the afternoon. This is the missing time frame that's not on her call log. So she didn't specify what time that she went.
This always stood out to me right here. The fact he takes care of his kids is a good thing, I think. You think?
Call log. So she didn't specify what time that she went to this museum, but she's talking to her friend about sex stuff at 1 in the afternoon. And as you can see, these text messages are rapidly one after the other nonstop. So about an hour's worth of text messages, and then the communication stops again.
He wasn't jacked.
Just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And once again, there's nothing from the call log. And then just before the 3 o'clock hour hit, they started texting again. And then it ends again just before 3 o'clock.
The best SCX I've ever had, but yet we're not really into each other.
So with that missing timeline of calls and having a lot of text messaging through 11 and 3 o'clock, it's kind of hard to believe that there was a museum involved, correct? I would think, or I would hope, that she wouldn't be.
Chris cooks 4 chicken breasts on the grill. Nichol texts his friend Charlotte. Conversation states him going to the field the next morning. After call no activity, when pinged in the Frederick, Colorado, Chris left with their bodies on Monday. Block personal information for their protection.
Speaking like that in text while she's around her family. Now, I find this quite interesting.
Why does it look like this? I'm at the B-Day party. Kids are soaked from water balloons. Sounds like you really having fun day with the folks. I'm still nice. That sounds like a good time. Haven't seen an IMAX in a whole while. Why are we doing with the periods, the dots?
Interesting because they had a page in here that are text messages from Chris and Nicole. They didn't give us very many. The only ones that they did give us is the ones that they read out in the interview with her and Kobach. And this is literally shortly after Charlotte's conversation ended. And by the sound of the message, it sounds like they may have been talking earlier than this, obviously, which it's kind of scrambled, but they're talking about nice. It sounds like it was a good time. I haven't seen an IMAX in a while. So if he sent that message to her, maybe she was at a movie and not a museum. Because we know Chris didn't go to an IMAX, so I doubt she was saying that to him. So was that the reason that she had the time gap? Because she went to see a movie, but then she's still texting her friend as well? I don't know. Maybe she lied to Chris too. Who knows? I think they both lied to each other, to be honest. Now, he also states, it sounds like you're having fun day with the folks. Now, this could be maybe a setup. This could be a lie on paper for a paper trail on text messaging, or it could be the truth. But either way, it doesn't look like they went to a museum. It looks like they went to an IMAX with her and her family. Ugh, that's so annoying. And then he tells her about the girls being soaked from the water balloons. That's basically all she wrote. So between all of the lies that they both spew, all of the coincidences, what is the public supposed to believe? Why did they redact all of the text messages? If there was nothing nefarious or bad in those conversations, what's the big deal about just releasing them to the public, like they did with Shanann's text messages? And since Shanann was the innocent victim in this case, it's pretty telling when they won't give us text messages from the other side. I'm not sure that's so innocent. Now, here's a word from a very concerned citizen.
You think he's gonna take this all the way to trial?
Take this all the way to trial. I do, right now. Have they gotten no discoveries yet? No. They have some stuff. Do you think that's going to change when they get those? Do they know that I'm like one of your witnesses?
This is like Do they know I'm like one of your... She's trying so hard to make sure that she's not...
Yeah, I mean, they have to know. Do they know what you said yet? No.
They have the DNA. They took the bottle. So use that bottle and... Oh my sweet baby Jesus. Oh, I feel like I'm so like in the Twilight Zone right now. Did this video make things better or did it make it worse? Because I am like flabbergasted at a few things on here. The truck, the way she's like, oh, do they know that I'm a witness? Do you think this will go to trial? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this. If this is actually useful, if this was actually way out of left park, I would surely love to hear you guys' partake on this. And try to help me add the dots, because I feel like I'm so not in the zone with this one. I'm gonna have to think on this one. Again, thank you guys for watching. Please take care, be safe. As always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.